What's going on, everyone? This is Kevin here, coming at you with my review of the TCL Tab 8 LE. So this is a newly launched affordable tablet from TCL, and I'm excited to show you everything there is to know about it here in this video. Now, for full disclosure, TCL was kind enough to send this tablet out to me to cover here on the channel, but all opinions expressed in this video are completely my own. Now, this tablet is currently being offered at a variety of different carriers, including T-Mobile and Metro by T-Mobile. And I know, for example, at Metro, you can actually get this tablet for free if you're switching in from another carrier. Now, the tablet itself does feature an MSRP of $159.99, so I would recommend, whether you're a Metro customer or a customer at a different carrier, to see what various deals are being offered. Now, before I show you too much more about the TCL Tab 8 LE, let's see what all comes included here in the box. So here's the box the tablet does come in, and then included we have a quick start guide. We have a SIM card removal tool, we have a USB wall adapter with TCL branding, and we have a USB-C cable for charging and data transfer. And in case you're wondering, the wall adapter is 10 watts, which does imply that this tablet features up to 10 watt fast charging. Now, with this tablet, we're getting a very large 8-inch display, and overall, the tablet features a pretty compact form factor. You probably noticed already, but the bezels are actually quite small as well, especially for a tablet. Now, sometimes they actually have the bezels be large on tablets on purpose, so that you have more areas to grab onto without putting your fingers over the actual display itself. But in this instance, this form factor makes a lot of sense with the slimmer bezels, because I think they designed this tablet to be easy to stow away in a bag, for example, to take with you when you're traveling. So this small form factor really does make this tablet stand out quite a bit. And then at the same time though, the bezels are still large enough that you can actually hold onto the tablet without having your fingers get in the way. Now, with this tablet, we're getting a resolution of 800 by 1280, so a bit better than 720p. We're getting a PPI of 189 and a screen body ratio of 16 by 10. So this form factor makes this tablet excellent for watching movies. It's also great for watching video content in general, also going on social media or browsing the web. Maybe you want to read an ebook on here. This form factor is really ideal for all those different use cases. Now, admittedly, this display on this tablet is certainly nothing too special. It's a relatively low-end display, but considering that this tablet itself is meant to be entry-level, I feel like it does get the job done. However, I do have the brightness at 100%, so you probably will be keeping it close to that pretty much at all times. And in outdoor viewing conditions, it certainly doesn't get very bright, but I don't know of too many people that are necessarily outdoors using their tablet, especially for a lower end one like this. So if you want to take this on the airplane, for example, or maybe you just want to sit back, relax on the couch and watch a video, I feel like this display will get the job done. Certainly, if you're looking for a tablet with a 1080p display, or even better than that, you're going to have to spend quite a bit more money. So for what it is, I feel like the display is plenty good. Now, if you do look very close up, you can certainly see some pixels here and there. Now, later on in the video, I'll give you my full conclusion about it, but overall, I think this tablet is perfect for people who aren't even really sure if they need a tablet, but they'd like to give one a try. Because a lot of people aren't looking to spend $1,000 on a tablet and take that risk that it might be something that just collects dust in a drawer. So for first-time tablet buyers, this is very easy to justify because you are still getting a fully capable tablet, but at the same time, it's not so low-end that it's completely unusable. Now, with this tablet, we're getting a 5 megapixel front-facing camera, which I'll talk a bit more about later on in the video. We're getting 32 gigabytes of internal storage, and along with that, we're getting micro SD card expansion. Now, 32 gigs of storage in 2023 certainly isn't too much at all, and especially for a smartphone, I would say that that's not enough. But for a tablet, I feel like you can get by. However, I am very glad that there is micro SD card expansion so that you can offload photos and videos, for example. So if you do want to view a lot of different movies here in the tablet, then at least the micro SD card will make that possible. Now, there is no micro SD card included, so you will have to buy that separately, but overall, those are pretty affordable. Now, with this tablet, there's no wireless charging, which you probably expected not to find here since it is very entry level. And with the tablet, unfortunately, there is no fingerprint sensor to access it. However, the tablet does feature Face Unlock. Now, let's give that a try. It might be kind of difficult to test Face Unlock with the camera here in between me and the tablet, but we'll see what happens. And let's see, there we go. It noticed my face already, and now I'm in. So from what I've noticed when using this tablet, Face Unlock does work at least good enough that it does get the job done. You really won't have to worry about putting in your PIN code too many times. And overall, with the tablet, it's not like a smartphone where you're constantly going to be pulling it out of your pocket and accessing it. So not having a fingerprint sensor here with the tablet itself isn't necessarily as big of a deal compared to a smartphone, for example. And then with this tablet, we have a 5 megapixel camera on the back. Now overall, I would certainly put your expectations pretty low for the various cameras here on the tablet, but if you want to take a photo of an object, I'll show you how that works. So there we go. And I'll pull up the photo right now. So as you can see, the quality isn't really that great. Even compared to the lowest of the low end for smartphones, this camera quality still wouldn't even really measure up. But for a tablet, that's not necessarily something that's overly important. Now, I know that a lot of people that have tablets tend to use them as document scanners. So let's now take a photo of this test page. And there is focusing here with the tablet's camera. So I'll take a photo and we'll pull this up. And there it is. So the focusing isn't super consistent. You can see some areas are more in focus than others, but I feel like for a very basic document scan, it does get the job done. But if you happen to have your smartphone on you, I'd probably use that instead. Now flipping around to the front-facing camera, that's certainly something that's a bit more useful with the tablet, as people tend to use their tablets for video chats. So first I'm going to take a selfie. So I'll take one right now, and we'll see how that looks. And there we go. So decent quality. You can see that my hair, for example, isn't really blurred out. It's pretty crisp. And yeah, certainly good enough for a lower end tablet to use for video chats. Now I'll take an actual video right now to get a better idea of that, how that performs. I'm taking a video right now with the TCL Tab 8 LE. Let's see how the quality is. Okay. And I'll play that. I'm taking a video right now with the TCL Tab 8 LE. Let's see how the quality is. So the video quality here is actually pretty impressive. Now overall, the quality itself of the video, yeah, certainly plenty of room for improvement, but if you want to use this for a video chat, it's totally fine. And I think the biggest surprise here with this tablet is how good the microphone is. I feel like the audio quality from this video is a lot louder and clearer than I would typically expect to find with a lower end tablet. Now another cool thing too is that video quality for both the front and rear cameras does max out at 1080p. So that's another great thing, so you can take 1080p videos with the tablet. Now internally with this tablet, we're getting 3 gigabytes of RAM paired up with the MediaTek MT8766 processor. Now I don't have a lot of experience with that processor, but one thing that I have noticed, and this tablet's advertised to do, is that it does work with 4G LTE. So you can use this tablet either on cellular or on Wi-Fi, so it is nice to have that option. But unfortunately, there is no 5G connectivity. Now, I feel like at this point in 2023, you can certainly get by without 5G, especially on a tablet. But it is kind of a surprise that a tablet would launch in 2023 without 5G, considering that all the carriers really seem to be pushing 5G at this time. So I feel like 4G is already kind of becoming a thing of the past, and they're essentially launching a tablet right now that only works on 4G LTE. So I'm not sure if that's really a deal breaker necessarily, but it would have been a lot better if it did have 5G connectivity. And I do understand, with it being a very low-end tablet, you can't really necessarily expect it to have 5G, but that's still an important feature that I do wish it had. Especially because you may as well get a smartphone that has 5G connectivity and then just hotspot it to your tablet instead of just relying on 4G with the tablet itself. Now beyond that, unfortunately, the Geekbench 5 benchmark test is not available for this tablet, so I couldn't test that out, but between using the tablet for a bit and getting an idea of the overall performance, I feel like you shouldn't expect too much. 3 gigs of RAM is a pretty good amount for a lower end tablet, but in general, I wouldn't use this tablet for gaming. I also wouldn't use it for really any high performance task. But if you want to use the tablet for watching videos here and there, listening to music, reading ebooks, those are all things that are not too demanding, and this tablet will get the job done for that. And then with this tablet, we're getting a 4080 milliamp hour battery, so a decently large battery. And you got to keep in mind too, since the display is not 1080p, it doesn't require quite as much battery power to power that entire display. So in general, I feel like the battery capacity could be a lot better, but at the same time isn't too bad either. You should certainly expect to take this tablet with you on a long flight, for example, and not have to really worry about recharging it. And then the software here with the tablet is Android 12, so it is nice that we have that running out of the box. Now it does feature some customizations. Essentially TCL has their own skin that they use in their tablets and smartphones. And what I do like about it is that it does add a lot of bonus features without taking away from the core fundamentals of Android. Another nice thing too is that TCL tends to have software that's pretty free from any major bugs. And from my experience, the software certainly has not been buggy, which is good because the tablet isn't necessarily that fast to begin with, so we don't have to add bugs to the equation. Now, one of the biggest surprises with this tablet certainly has to be the stereo speakers. You really don't find stereo speakers on too many devices under $300 in general, whether it's a smartphone or a tablet. So the fact that we're getting stereo speakers here is a great thing and really makes this tablet even better for content consumption. So, in case you're curious what stereo speakers are, essentially we're getting two different speakers on the device emitting audio. So in this situation, there's one speaker on the top and another speaker on the bottom of the tablet. But when you're viewing the tablet in landscape mode, you're essentially getting a very immersive audio listening experience. Now, the Galaxy A13 5G was launched in December of 2021. This device has been very successful ever since reaching the market, and I believe... So again, despite this tablet having a lower end display, having these awesome stereo speakers really makes up for it. And then this overall aspect ratio of the tablet isn't quite 16:9 since it is 16:10, but if you want to crop videos in, you also get a very immersive video viewing experience. So yeah, well, the display could be brighter and colors could be better. The tablet really is nice overall because we're getting that really immersive loud audio. So the audio listening experience with this tablet is probably better than anything I've ever used under $400. And keep in mind that at some carriers, this tablet is even being offered for free. So that's really impressive. Now to finish off this review, I want to give you a closer look at the rest of the hardware. I already talked quite a bit about the front panel here, which is made completely of glass, but the rest of the tablet is plastic. So if you can find one, I would recommend pairing this tablet up with the case just to make it a bit more durable. Now on the left side of the tablet, we have the slot for the microSD card and SIM card. Then on the right side, we have volume up, volume down, the power button, and then also the microphone. Then on the top of the tablet, we have the 3.5mm headphone jack, USB-C port for charging and data transfer, and then one of the two speakers. And then on the bottom of the tablet, we have that second speaker. And then on the back of the tablet, I really like this overall look. I like how it doesn't really pick up any fingerprints, and this wavy design is also pretty interesting as well, especially since this device is meant to be more affordable. And then we have the TCL branding and then the single camera here on the back. So in general, despite this being a lower end tablet, I really do like the design that we're getting. I feel like they did put a lot of thought into making sure that everything is very practical here, but at the same time, they're able to offer this tablet at a very affordable price. But in conclusion, I feel like this review did a good job at really showing you what this tablet is meant to be. This tablet is by no means meant to be an iPad competitor. It's a fraction of the price, it's geared more towards the entry level, not the premium market, and as I mentioned earlier as well, I feel like this tablet is really meant for maybe someone who doesn't currently own a tablet, or especially doesn't have a tablet that's connected to a cellular network. And they want to really give that a try and see if maybe they one day want to upgrade to something better, but in the meantime, don't want to invest too much money into a tablet. And the good news is, despite this tablet being so affordable, it's still perfectly usable for kind of the core fundamental tasks that you'd use a tablet for. So for what it is, I feel like the TCL Tab 8 LE certainly does deliver. But I hope you enjoyed my review of the TCL Tab 8 LE. Again, thank you TCL for sending this out to me to cover here on the channel. And with all that said, I will see you in the next video. Take care and have a great rest of your day.